Alright guys, so where's my bike? What's up guys, Mills by the Mile here. As you can tell, this isn't a normal moto vlog because I'm not on my bike. And you might be thinking, well, where is it? Or then again, you might not be thinking that. But I noticed the other day while I was taking a turn with my bike that my front tire kept coming up off the ground. And so I wasn't keeping traction. So I got home and I looked at it, and my front tire is completely bald. Like you can see the wiring inside of the tire. So I'm gonna need to go get a new front tire for the bike, which not a big deal. What is this guy doing? All right, not a big deal. I'm not worried about it. So it all started back in high school. It's probably like my sophomore year of high school, and I really wanted a motorcycle, but I didn't really know anything about them. Like I knew Harley Davidson, and that was about it. And I know I did not want a Harley Davidson because I was a small statured kid. I couldn't hold up a bike that weighed 900 plus pounds. I just couldn't do it. So I talked to my parents and I was like, hey, I want to get a motorcycle, which you know how parents are whenever it comes to that topic. They're like, no. So I started looking into them and whatnot, and I remember a kid told me that he was getting one. And at the time, it sounded like this really long name that was like 20 syllables. I didn't even remember what it was. But later on in the high school years, I remember what it was, and it was a Honda CBR 250RR. And I thought that was the longest name for a motorcycle. And I started looking at him, and I really liked that style bike. But then came around to my first time in college, or my first year in college. And I was really stressed out. First year in college, I took too many hours. I took 16 hours on top of some other stuff that had been going on. And it was just too much. I was holding down a job. I was working. I wasn't full-time, but they put me at 39.7 hours constantly. So pretty much a full-time job on top of 16 hours for school. It was just too much for me, and I was getting really stressed out. And that's whenever I really started watching moto vloggers. And watching these moto vlogs and whatnot, it really got me thinking. Like, it just kind of made, like, I guess it kind of gave me an escape from the world. But that's moving on into whenever I really got serious buying. I was looking at motorcycles, and I couldn't afford a brand new motorcycle, which I didn't want a brand new one because I had spent most of my life growing up with four-wheelers and dirt bikes, but I had never really drove a motorcycle on the road. So I found a really good deal for a 1987 Honda Rebel 250. And I kind of built that in my own vision, or white wall tires on it. And whenever I went to go get the tires on it, they gave me bigger tires than what should have been on it. So whenever I put it on, there was a screw inside the frame that was rubbing against the side of the tire. And instead of being a normal kid and taking the tire back to the shop and saying, hey, you gave me too big of a tire, I just cut the screw off the frame. Or the bolt that was going through the frame, I just cut that off so it wouldn't be rubbing the tire. And after looking at it, the carburetor was beyond messed up, so it was squirting gas onto the engine, and it was ridiculous, the amount of work I had to put into that motorcycle. And the reason why I really got into motorcycles is because whenever I got into college, I just realized the amount of stress, and I started watching moto vlogs back in my high school days, and it just kind of felt like an escape just to hear someone talk about stuff that's going on in their life and ride a motorcycle. And I guess that's what really persuaded me to get my own. Not really to make vlogs, just to get my own motorcycle. And ever since I got that motorcycle, I've had no regrets buying it. Like, I've had a few friends that bought motorcycles that are like, oh, I regret it, it's the worst decision I've ever made. But yeah, I don't have that feeling towards it. Like, I don't regret it in the slightest. But ever since I did get it, whenever I'm stressed out, I'll just go out, ride it for 5 minutes, and I'm feeling pretty much on top of the world. Come back and I'll get my stuff done. It's just kind of a little escape. And then since I started motovlogging, it's added on to that. It's a little stressful coming up with topics for vlogs that you guys would be into, but it kind of evens out, because like I can rant a little bit and then I can get on with my day, and on top of that, I'm actually doing something that I enjoy. But anyways, guys, that's just a little bit of why I got a motorcycle and why I kind of got into vlogging. I'm gonna end this vlog here. If you guys like the video, be sure to like it and subscribe. It would really mean a lot to me, guys. Anyways, y'all stay safe, y'all take it easy, and good night.